Good morning, middle school. It's Tuesday, April 7th, and this is your Bible quiz. Now, you haven't had any quizzes or tests or anything like that. This is a quiz, so you want to take out a sheet of paper. I was going to tell you to put your name on it, but you don't have to because you're the only one who's going to see it. But take out a sheet of paper, number on it 1 to 100 for the quiz. Just kidding, 1 to 10. And these will be graded later. I'll send you the answers in a video later today. Grade them like we normally do in Bible. And you'll send me how many you missed. You don't need to send me all your answers, just the number you missed. Short little response, the number you missed. And I always grade quizzes differently. So if you get them all correct, if you miss none, that's an A+. If you miss 1, it's an A. If you miss 2, it's an A-. If you miss 3, it's a B. If you miss 4, it's a C. So there we go. All right, first question. I'll go through these slowly. I'll leave the first group up here, the first 5, and then we'll do the next 5 after you've had a chance to see them all. Okay, question number 1. To make bricks, the Egyptians used dirt plus water plus something else. What was the something else? The Egyptians would use dirt, water, plus one other thing to make their sun-dried bricks. What was that other thing? That's question 1. Okay, question 2. What crime did Moses commit while he was living in Egypt? I should have put that on the end there. What crime did Moses commit while he was living in Egypt? It's the reason he had to flee Egypt and the life he knew there. So what crime did Moses commit? Question 3. At the burning bush, what did Moses hear from God before he heard that the ground was holy? So Moses is out with his animals and he notices across the way there's a bush that's on fire. Probably wasn't a unique thing. But what was unique is as he looked at it over a short period of time, maybe 15 minutes, something like that, he notices that while the bush is on fire, it's not being consumed by the fire. So he goes over to see, boy, that's an odd thing. What's going on there? When he goes over, what did Moses hear from the bush before he heard that the ground was holy? Okay, that's question 3. Question 4. True or false? God told Moses that God's name was I am who I am, which means I blank blank who I am. And went over this in the lecture, had it up on the whiteboard, wrote it out. The name, God said, I am who I am, which means I blank blank who I am. That's question 4. Question number 5. True or false? When Moses told Pharaoh to free God's people from their slavery, that was a threat to Egyptian culture and Pharaoh's power. True or false? When Moses told Pharaoh to free God's people from their slavery, that was a threat to Egyptian culture and Pharaoh's power. True or false? Okay, so I'll leave this up here for a few moments, give you a chance to look them over again before we go on to the next group. Still miss you guys. I pray for you guys every day. I just miss seeing you. Okay, let's go on to the next slide, and this will be questions 6 through 10. All right, question number 6. True or false? The plagues upon Egypt contained a message of grace to the Egyptians. I talked about this on that video. The plagues upon Egypt contained a message of grace to the Egyptians. Number 7. What detail reveals the dread of the plague of darkness? We said there was one little detail about that particular plague that kind of gave you chills, make your skin crawl. It was the dread of that particular plague. What was that detail? Okay, question 8. What detail expresses the pain of the plague of boils? So God inflicted boils upon the people and the cattle in Egypt, and there was one little detail that describes how painful that situation was. What was that little detail? And we had that on the board too. Okay, question 9. What could cause the death angel to pass over a home? Plague number 10 was the death of the firstborn in Egypt. But God said, if I see something about the person's home, what would cause a death angel to pass over or pass by that home so that nothing would happen to that family? What was that? And question number 10. The night before the Israelites left Egypt, a family killed a lamb as part of their dinner. This became known as Passover. The lamb would be a metaphor for who? Who was the person that the lamb represented? So there you go. There's the second half of the questions. And you can always pause the video on the slide that shows all of them on here or the previous slide. So there's your quiz, questions 1 through 10. I will send you the answer video later today. And when you respond, simply tell me the number of questions you missed. And I'll be able to enter that in the grade book. If you miss 0, it's an A+. If you miss 1, it's an A. If you miss 2, it's an A-. If you miss 3, it's a B. If you miss 4, it's a C. 4 or more is a C. Okay, that's it. Again, miss you guys. And I am out on Tuesday morning, April 7th.